welcome to episode 4 of Pazzo TV. Today we have giant books.
First up, if you can read it from there, is American Architecture, Interiors, and Furniture. This is mostly a book of, it's all illustrations, photographs taken of mostly New York and New England buildings. So you got some really lovely pictures that are done, and it's really just a giant portfolio of picture after picture in here. Just some really fabulous things. I think there's even some full page photographs as well. Yeah, you can see right there, and they're all done portfolio style, so they're all done.
That is some lavish stuff.
As single pages, but yeah, it's all interiors and exteriors of really not so famous buildings, but just some great examples of architecture.
It's like turn of the century cribs.
Wrong. Come again.
Nice. That was actually a folio. This is an elephant folio. Atlas of the City of Boston, West Roxbury. And it's got all of these great maps with the tracks, who owned each piece of land, the streets that were there, and I think some planned streets. Pretty fantastic. The Arboretum's in here. It's everything. It's a Rosendale, Jamaica Plain, West Roxbury.
We'll hopefully be having
circa 1924. There's Jamaica Pond.
We'll hopefully be having some of these up for sale as reproductions, nice color reproductions that people can mount.
Get your house on there. I live somewhere over here at some point. Very nice.
Wrong. Come again.
In that vein, I have another atlas here, an earlier one. This is a reproduction of one of the earliest street maps of Boston. It's called, ironically, Street Maps of Boston. It's taken from the 1819 and 1820 street maps, so it's got lots of just simple line drawings of them with...
This is real close in as opposed to the other one.
Yeah, I mean, the scale on this, this is probably just like 4 or 5 blocks of each street. So it's got each street and then also a little description of the angle at which the street goes, if it's facing north, south, east, or west, the longitude and latitude of its location in Boston, and also the streets of intersection. But
There's Pond, yeah.
Yeah, it's got pretty much all of downtown as well as some of the surrounding areas, but it's really just a really interesting early reproduction of all that. Streets in Boston.
I should note that we had complaints on our dress. So I'm wearing a jacket, Brian's wearing a blue shirt, so it's clearly not what he wore the last 3 episodes. Moving on.
We aim to please, so we take all criticisms and compliments seriously.
This is it's actually the first limited editions club that they did. Very clever. It's Gulliver's Travels, and you have it's just the 2. It's not the Wynnums or the Floating Island, whatever that was called. You have the Brobdingnag in the giant edition. And then the tiny little Lilliput in the little one. Pretty great, clever, signed by the artist.
Wrong. Come again.
Most of these limited edition clubs are a little boring, but I love it when they do something clever like this. Nice addition, nice slipcase, the extra thing. A little banged up. I don't think this can possibly cost more than $200, which is quite a deal.
Alright, now being out of books, we're still into large format. We got pick up all of these 19th century American newspapers at the auction that we go to. Interesting. Some are Civil War. This one's a little later. Here's 1869. They're from
The railway paper that they'd hand out at the train.
mostly
Railway current.
mostly Connecticut. You know, the Mystic Pioneer. It's a great early paper.
It says right here, Russian hemp dusters, warranted to clean the finest polished furniture without scratching.
A lot of New Haven, Windham, Connecticut. Just a lot of different, weird, different stuff, but all in nice condition. Lots of weird, interesting articles in each one. And we're selling them cheap. But what are they here? $10 each.
That's crazy. This is the last. This is another elephant folio. It's not super exciting or valuable, but it's got some nice Doric columns, and what it is, we wanted to, that's the only good example we have, to show the difference between architecture books, which are okay, and darkitecture books, which are fantastic. This is French, which is pretty good. You really want Italian darkitecture books. But still architecture, but darkitecture.
Still giant, still awesome.
Still fantastically large.
Dip on the mountain. Dip on the mountain. Wrong. Come again.
Almost unsellable, but still great.
And then last but not least, we just have this beautiful colored map of the Middle East to the Far East, up into
Asia, maybe even.
Yeah, up into maybe northeastern Europe.
We buy these maps and we don't really know anything about maps. This is a very important map. Very valuable. I don't even know how valuable.
Very nice cartoon.
Nice hand coloring. They went a little crazy with the orange over here, but generally a lovely job. And this has to be worth like $800, at least. I think that's it.
That's it. Stay tuned next week. Hopefully we'll be at an auction, so hopefully I have some new, really interesting, brand new stuff to
Yeah,
go
the other
through.
thing is that we were thinking about antagonizing this friend of ours who was upset that we said that early Yeats poetry is bad, and we were going to actually do a nice early edition of his poems, and we were going to specifically make fun of some of them. Well, we're not, because we wouldn't do that. Anyway, yeah, see you later.